Most of this offseason's free agent discussion has revolved around, the big names. Springer, Bauer, Real Muto, those guys, and for a good reason. They're all proven MLB talents, they're hitting free agency relatively early in their career, and they're probably going to earn north of $150 million. But what if I told you there was a player that could give a team similar impact as those guys, but at a fraction of the cost, who is just entering his prime instead of possibly just leaving it? That player's name is Ha-seong Kim, and he spent the last 7 seasons playing shortstop for the Kiwoom Heroes in the Korean baseball organization. He got posted by the Heroes after his 2020 season, where he slashed .306, .397, .523, with a career-high 142 WRC plus and a career-high 30 home runs. It's his second straight superstar season. In 2019, he slashed .307, .398, .491 in just his age 23 season. Kim doesn't do anything particularly great, but he's a very well-balanced player. His bat has some pop, he doesn't strike out, he can steal 20-plus bases, he'll hit for contact and draw more walks than average. His glove is projected to be about league average at shortstop and good enough to stick at the position long-term. A good comp for his best-case scenario would be Marcus Semion's 2019 season, where he got some MVP votes. Overall, he's been the KBO's best shortstop and arguably the best infielder in the league over the past few seasons. His offensive numbers, especially at shortstop, are pretty impressive, but it isn't the main draw towards Kim. Rather, it's the fact that by entering the KBO at age 18, he's being posted to the MLB entering just his age 25 season. In other words, right at the start of his prime and far earlier than almost every other Korean or Japanese international import. He's also consistently gotten better almost every season in the KBO, culminating in his star 2019 and 2020 seasons. By signing Kim, teams are essentially paying for a top 50 prospect that is already knocking on the door of the majors. To get an idea of Kim's potential production, we can compare Kim's numbers to Jung-ho Gung, who despite being kind of a human piece of garbage, is a very comparable recent KBO import. In Gung's 2 seasons before getting posted, he hit for WRC pluses of 136 and 189, but did it in his age 26 and 27 seasons while playing a worse defensive shortstop than Kim does. Just like Ha-seong Kim, Jung-ho Gung got progressively better at the plate almost every season in the KBO, with a star season right before moving to the MLB. But Gung did it 2 years older, suggesting Kim still has a lot of room to grow with the bat. Kim could also be more valuable overall, since he can steal bases and he'll stick at shortstop for a few seasons, unlike Gung, who was forced to move to third base in the majors. Gung's offensive peak in the majors, where he hit for WRC pluses of 128 and 132 in 2015 and 16 for the Pirates, is more of a top end for Kim, who is a less developed hitter. On the 20 to 80 scouting scale, Fangraphs gives Kim a 50 potential hit tool, along with a 50 potential power and 50 glove to give Kim a total 50 future value. This makes him between a top 45 and top 100 prospect right now, but one that can contribute to a big league team immediately and has proven success on a big stage. Kim's impressive offensive numbers won't translate directly to the majors, as KBO pitching is estimated to be more skilled than AA but just below AAA skill level. However, Kim profiles to be an immediate contributor to a major league roster. The ZiPS projection system, which is notoriously conservative, projects Kim for a 3.8 WAR and a 117 OPS plus with average shortstop defense in 2021 if he's given a full year of playing time. This WAR projection puts him on par with, get this, Bryce Harper for the upcoming season. Now, I'm definitely not saying that Ha-seong Kim will have as good of a season as Bryce Harper, but the fact that projections are so high on him is more evidence that he'll be an above-average shortstop for the foreseeable future in the majors. All in all, Kim doesn't have to be a star at the plate to be a successful player. Simply by playing shortstop without hurting his team with a glove and being a slightly above-average hitter that can steal some bases, he'll put up 3 to 4 WAR a season, making him a solidly above-average everyday player. Combine that with the fact that he's just 25 and still has room to grow, and teams will be getting an extremely valuable asset by signing Kim. So what could Kim's contract value be, and what teams are going to be in his market? Well, there are already rumblings that teams are willing to give him a 5-year deal, which would likely be similar to Jung-ho Gung's 4-year, $11 million deal with a 5th-year option. However, Kim's younger age and the fact he's a shortstop could drive up the average annual value even higher, more in the range of $7 to $10 million a year. The highest contract ever given to a player posted from the KBO is Hyunjin Ryu's 6-year, $36 million deal from the Dodgers in 2013, and this will likely be a target for Kim to beat with his contract. The important thing to note with Kim's contract size is that teams have to pay a posting fee to the Kiwoom Heroes, his former team, in addition to the contract they give Kim. This will suppress his salary a little bit, but it also means some of the money teams are paying for him won't go towards their luxury tax threshold. With all that considered, I'd guess Kim's contract will be for 4 or 5 years with around an $8 million AAV. So the big question is, who's going to sign him? Honestly, every team that's been in on the Francisco Lindor trade talks should also be checking in with Kim, since he can be seen as kind of a consolation prize to Lindor. He'll be an upgrade at short for about half the teams in the league. He'll demand less than the bigger free agent shortstops like Gregorius or Semien while being younger, but he has more upside than lower-end shortstops like Freddie Galvis. I can see the Phillies, Blue Jays, Reds, or Mets being potential suitors. There are, however, two teams that seem like really good fits for Kim. The first is the Oakland Athletics, and this seems like the kind of under-the-radar, relatively low-risk signing that their front office really likes to make. The A's lost their starting shortstop and leadoff hitter Marcus Semien to free agency, and are pretty unlikely to bring him back, but Kim can provide that same well-rounded hitting profile as Semien, while lowering their payroll and maintaining their young core, since his contract aligns really well with those of Matt Chapman and Matt Olson in their competitive window. The other team that makes sense is the Giants, who are in the middle of a rebuild, but they have the cash to spend on the potential shortstop of the future, once Brandon Crawford's contract expires. New GM Farhan Zaidi has shown a willingness to buy low on free agents and trades, and Kim could be a relatively cheap option with a lot of upside to anchor that lineup once some of their prospects develop some more. No matter who picks up Kim, I have no doubt they're getting a bargain. Kim's tools, projections, and youth paint the picture of a player that could easily be making 9 figures in free agency. But teams could be scared of past failure from Korean hitters, and the depressed free agent market can make him the absolute bargain of the offseason, and a cornerstone for a future contending team. I'm telling you right now, get in on the ground floor of this guy. He's a future all-star. And just look at him. He's a cutie. Looks like he could be a K-pop star. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. This is my first video in a while, but I do want to be posting videos more consistently over the next few months. So make sure to sub for more of that hot content. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.